The Super Bowl of professional wrestling is literally days away, Flex Zone family, professional wrestling fans. It's the Flex Zone. WrestleMania 41, this Saturday, this Sunday, Easter weekend, live from Vegas. We will be live. You see it down below. You know the drill by now. If you're new here, don't act friendly. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button. We're breaking down each match of WrestleMania one by one by one. Comment down below. Let me know your predictions. Let me know what you're looking forward to seeing. The granddaddy of them all, the Super Bowl of professional wrestling taking place in Sin City. And of course, we'll be live for both nights, Saturday and Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, and of course, our West Coast show, 4 p.m. Pacific. Let's kick things off with the ladies, as we now know the nights of the matches. Night one on Saturday, we will have the Storm, Jade Cargill, versus the Glow with a more meaner undertone, Naomi, who is now turned heel and is doing a hell of a job so far. Make sure you tune in with the Flex Zone for WrestleMania 41. But as we get into Jade and Naomi, this is one of the matches. I know there's been a lot of scrutiny, there's been a lot of discussion, there's been a lot of discourse among the internet wrestling community with this year's WrestleMania 41. The build hasn't been that great. It hasn't been as exciting as the past two WrestleManias. We don't have The Rock every week. We haven't even had John Cena every week, even after his great heel turn. But I think maybe the best heel turn this year in wrestling, outside of John Cena, may be Naomi. That may be a hot take, but when you think about the character work that she's done, the promos that she cut, the outfits and attire that she's worn with the caution tape, the way she's carried herself, dressing up in all black, mocking Jade with photos and trolling her online, and Jade and Naomi taking it to social media with Jade mentioning her father-in-law, Rikishi, and then Naomi getting into it saying, "Don't ever mention his name again, or I'm gonna whoop your ass even more than I'm gonna whoop your ass in the ring." I love the energy. I love when we have matches that don't necessarily have a championship involved, and I think especially when it comes to women's wrestling, we don't always need a championship involved. Give us a decent story. Give us two women who are going to go in there and work and give us what we want at WrestleMania, and that's moments. And I think Jade Cargill's run in WWE had been a little bit underwhelming. She was basically in a tag team with Bianca. Then the attack storyline kind of happened around Thanksgiving. It was intrigue. Who attacked Jade? We've seen a lot of NXT with Triple H. We know he loves his backstage attack angles. They drew it out into the new year. Jade returns at Elimination Chamber. So Jade was off, whether she was hurt or on vacation, a little bit of both. She returns at Elimination Chamber, an epic moment, confronts Naomi, whoops her ass while Bianca is just there to wait. What a beautiful cinematic moment, in which I think will go down as the best pay per view this year, Elimination Chamber. But that moment, now leading into this match, I think Naomi, who has also been misused since her Royal Rumble return, a few years back, she hasn't done anything as a babyface. She's really limited as a babyface because it's not really anywhere for her to go. She's not going to be over the Tiffany Strattons. She's not going to be over the Charlotte Flairs, but they did the right thing. We've been asking for a heel Naomi. We wanted to maybe see her in the bloodline, but with the bloodline kind of behind us, a heel Naomi against Jade Cargill, I do think this is not going to be a one and done. I think this is going to be a multiple match series. You have WrestleMania, you have Backlash, you also have the rumored return of the all women's pay per view Evolution 2 coming up this summer around 4th of July weekend. You could do something like that. I think this is a match that Naomi needs to win to solidify and cement her heel turn. Now, what I would do with this is we know Jade Cargill isn't going to go 20 minutes. It's not going to be a Matt Classic. It's not going to be Austin and Bret Hart. It's not going to be Austin and Michaels. It's not going to be Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, whatever WrestleMania match you want to throw in it. But nevertheless, I think Naomi can bring Jade Cargill to a solid match. I think this will be one of the sleeper matches of the weekend. I'm really looking forward to this match. Maybe if I had to make a list of 5 matches out of the 14 or 15, this is one of the 5. I think Naomi gets the win here. Now, I've been pitching it, others have been saying it. Naomi needs some heaters, needs some women that can develop under her. We've seen them on the main roster this past year. We've seen them in premium live event matches the past few years. They're down in NXT, not really doing much of anything significant. Jakara, Jakara Evans, and Jakara Jackson, excuse me, and Lash Legend, the Metaphor girls. We need to break them away from the Metaphor goofies. We need to put them with Naomi, kind of a team bad 2.0. You have Lash Legend, the big, dominant former WNBA player who's athletic as all get out, the powerhouse, the one who could take 2 women to put her down. And you got Miss Jackson, Jakara Jackson, the sly, athletic, sneaky, don't take her for granted because of her size woman who can go in there and give you the work as well. I would have them be the reason that Jade Cargill takes the loss here. Obviously, WWE isn't afraid to have Jade Cargill lose. We've seen her lose to Liv Morgan. We've seen various pull apart brawls throughout WrestleMania with all these feuds. But I think this will be a decent match for Jade Cargill because it's showing that she has potential, maybe even as this feud goes on. Hey, maybe we can put Jade, not necessarily as a world champion, but maybe she can be the United States champion. Now, I'll get to that in a second. Naomi, I think after this feud, however long it goes with Jade, I think Naomi should, even if she doesn't necessarily win the feud, because they may have Jade come back and win the next two matches because they want to keep Jade looking strong. I think Naomi potentially as a dominant women's United States champion on SmackDown, maybe eventually just dominating Chelsea Green in like a 15, 20-second match, just a squash match, taking the title from Chelsea Green, establishing her dominance, and going on to hold that title for the rest of 2025 into 2026 Mania, possibly with Jakara and by her side as the dominant women's United States champion. Give that title some prestige, give that title some meaning, give it some story, and make us actually care about the person with the title. Chelsea Green is great, but she's a comedy character and creative has done her no help. We know Naomi is part of the Anawai family. She'll hopefully get done a better deal. But this will take place on Saturday, night one, as mentioned. This will be somewhere, I think, in the middle of the card if I was placing the card of where it should go, but it's going to be some black girl magic in the ring. They're going to be throwing fists. This is going to be a Mac classic. I think this is going to be one of those matches that's going to come out. They're going to brawl. They're going to hit each other hard. You're going to have a lot of fun with this match. I think Jade is going to bring her A game as well as Naomi. It's going to be a lot of that. But I'm going with Naomi to win the first match with heel tactics. Like I said, whether that's the inserting of a Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend, who I think have improved greatly, and I think would be a really good team, potentially, maybe not only to have Naomi with the United States or the Women's World Championship by later this year, maybe even giving them the Women's Tag Team Championships. We know the Women's Tag Team Championships on the main roster have not done a damn thing, and we could use something that could make it interesting on the main roster. And like I said, I would probably start Naomi. If you want to do Jade Naomi, Naomi wins the first match of WrestleMania with the help of Jakara and Lash. Then I go to Backlash. You maybe have Jade get the win. Then they can go into Evolution, or you got Money in the Bank, a Saudi show where maybe they can do some sort of stipulation, maybe a Jade ultimately win. But then you can move Naomi and the Lash and Jakara girls over to tag titles. Naomi can be United States champion, and maybe even an early 2026 Royal Rumble winner, Naomi. Can we throw that out there? Is that too much to ask? You've seen the Bianca, you've seen the Rhea, you've seen the Becky, you've seen the Charlotte, you've seen the Ronda Rousey, you've seen Tiffany Stratton get her moment one Money in the Bank. We've seen Nia Jax, her own cousin. Remember the good matches Nia Jax and Naomi had? The Naomi and Bailey. I mean, this heel turn was a long time coming. I would have had Naomi turn on Bailey and cost her, and Naomi go on to maybe win a world championship there from Bailey. But nevertheless, we're happy we got the heel turn. Naomi's doing a great job. Jade, it's making us care and intrigued by what she's actually doing, and that's due to Naomi's great character work, and that's due to Naomi bringing out the Jade that we know, the nasty, gritty, aggressive, just that Jade who you don't want to mess, you don't want to meet in the dark alley because she might slap the hell out of you. Like she's one of those women, like you piss her off, she might go upside your head and not think twice. And then you got Naomi embracing her dark side. I'm loving it. And let me know if you're loving these WrestleMania 41 previews and predictions. Comment down below your prediction on the match. Join us, WrestleMania 41 Night 1, 7 p.m. on Saturday, and WrestleMania Night 2, 41. WrestleMania 41 Night 2 on Sunday, 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. I'm going with Naomi to win the first match with the help of Jakara and Lash. Then we go into Backlash, and then we may be going to the summer with the third match. Then we can move Naomi on to maybe the U.S. Championship, and maybe Naomi is the early winner. Let's go out there and put it into the universe. Let's put Naomi as the early winner for the 2026 Royal Rumble in Saudi. She can go into New Orleans, a place where she, I think, had success before WrestleMania's past. Let me know. And she can be the women's world champion next year, maybe win the big one. Let's sound off down below. We got Jade and Naomi Saturday, night 1. We'll be here live. We'll be here throughout the week. Tap in, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the thumbs up. It helps us out tremendously and costs you nothing. Hit the bell when all of our videos drop. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts as we get ready for WrestleMania 41. Jade Cargill and Naomi. I'm going with Naomi to get the win. We'll see you when we see you with more previews and, of course, for WrestleMania 41 here on the Flex Zone.